Good evening, my professors, families, guests, friends, and my Mason colleagues. Looking back to the beginning of my doctoral journey, I remember vividly what one of my professors said to me. I quote, "When you are an undergraduate student, you acquire knowledge. When you are a master's degree student, you apply knowledge. But when you are a doctoral student, you create knowledge." At first, I was confused about what creating knowledge meant to an aspiring doctoral student. At that time, I thought that I was expected to be the Albert Einstein or Aristotle of my time. This expectation made me to be scared, not because I was not clear about why I was taking up the challenge of pursuing a doctorate, but because I was aware of the many challenges involved. Although I may not be the Albert Einstein or Aristotle of my time, I'm happy to be here, joined by my other colleagues, to celebrate our achievement in search for answers to the various challenges confronting our communities. My parents are survivors of the Nigerian Biafra War of 1967 to 1970, a war described as the birth of modern humanitarianism, when image of rain-cold, starving, and dying Biafran children drew the global community attention to act to help people trapped in war zone. I had wished not to experience the type of horrible experience my parents went through during the Biafran War. But 50 years after, I am a witness to the horrific atrocities of Boko Haram, a terror group that has described Western education as haram in Arabic, but meaning forbidden. Boko Haram has committed many crimes in Nigeria and the Lake Chad Basin areas. Boko Haram burned down schools, target students. In northern Nigeria, the militant group has kidnapped, tortured, and killed many students, simply because they are wearing school uniform or because they are seated in a classroom. As we celebrate today, please remember those students who dreamt of a day like this, but could not live to see the day because their lives were cut short in classroom. If you talk about places like Chibok in Nigeria, Peshawar in Pakistan, and many other places, students were killed. A lot of them dreamt of sitting here just as we, but they couldn't. Living through conflict, but with a determination to make a change, motivated me to take up a career as an aid worker with the International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC. For several years, I worked for the ICRC as a cooperation field officer. I worked with the ICRC as a field officer, and my sister also worked with Medicine Sans Frontiers, called Doctors Without Borders. MSF was founded in Nigeria in 1972 because of the experience of the Biafran War by a French medical doctor who worked with ICRC in Nigeria during the war. However, I reached a turning point in my career following the escalation of extremist activities in an already volatile region in Nigeria. Then, carrying on with my work was difficult because of massive violence, insecurity, because it is not only communities that were targeted, even aid workers were also killed in the field. I resigned from the ICRC to seek understanding of how things have changed within a very short time in my country. First, I want to thank the Ford Foundation International Fellowship, whose support enabled me to begin a graduate study at the Brandeis University. The School for Conflict Analysis and Resolution later provided me with an ideal environment to engage and deepen research on the conflict in the Lake Chad Basin and also in Nigeria, in northern Nigeria. However, ESCA did not only provide me with the tools to understand conflict dynamics and design appropriate intervention plans, but ESCA also served as a second family to myself and many international and domestic students. As an international student, I will recall, though I had many Thanksgiving in the States. But the best Thanksgiving I had was held at the Point of View. This is a reminder of another side of ESCA. It's not just meeting in the classroom, but also it's a family, because it's only in a family you have Thanksgiving. I would like to conclude by saying that today is not the end of our academic journey, but the beginning of another phase. As we transit to our individual communities, the challenge and expectations will be enormous. I still remembered what a village leader said to me during my field research. I quote, he said, "My son, you are doing an important work. Please help stop Boko Haram from killing us." I'm not sure how this will be achieved, but all I will say is that we have been equipped to approach the future with hope and confidence, believing that we are not going to solve all the problems in the world, but we can contribute by working with communities to solve their problems themselves. We will seek to understand the underlying causes of conflicts. Sustainable solution lies in addressing the root causes, not symptoms. This is the fundamental of the knowledge we'll be taking back to our communities. Thank you for listening.